Not going to drop things today. All right, I am Anthony Istrico of Istrico Productions, and today we are going to do our first look, unboxing, initial review of the Edelkrone SliderPLUS V2, and we got the medium one. We currently have sliders and dollies, and they're great. They do an amazing job. Just that little bit of motion, as J Money says, takes a shot from static and traditional to inspiring and amazing. And what we're doing now is we're doing a ton of travel, and we have finally fully embraced the world of HD SLR and the Canon Cinema Series bodies as well. So we're trying to find more compact ways to be portable. We still love our P2 ENG style bodies. Nora's actually rolling on me today on a P2 camera. But for that beautiful cinematic look, there is nothing quite like that look of an HD SLR. I'm a Nikon fan, Nora and J Money are Canon fans, and our new edition short pants is kind of like all things in life, seems undecided. So we've got this little Edelkrone SliderPLUS V2 because we're doing a lot of travel, and the beauty of the HD SLRs is they're compact. Granted, by the time we put them on a rack and we add an audio recorder, a solid state recorder to get 10-bit uncompressed, a matte box, you know, the rigs do get large. So the smaller we can get with the motion effect pieces, the better off we are. So here we go. I got the SliderPLUS V2 and the $40 maintenance kit, which comes with 2 Allen keys, some threaded screws, 1/4 and 3/8. Looks like some additional feet, some little rubber sticky things, and maybe a lanyard or a strap. I'm going to crack this guy open, and we will see what it looks like. So my initial thought was when it arrived, as someone that truly appreciates visual aesthetics and packaging, the packaging is absolutely beautiful. It's a white gloss, well-shaped cardboard packaging with embossed silver foil, their logo on the front, their name, description on the side, and then on the base as well, some beautiful foil embossed printing. This is really nice. Most of the camera equipment that we get, I'm not going to mention names, but the brands tend to send them in giant cardboard boxes with a lot of packaging peanuts, and packaging peanuts suck. They're the worst. I opened like a huge box to get all this gear out, and I'm in a sea of packaging peanuts. This was not the case. Came wrapped in some thick bubble wrap in a box a little bit larger than this. So very elegant. You get 10 out of 10 on the packaging design. Here we go. Nice little clear paper, clear plastic wrap around it. Kept it tight during shipping. We got this online. B&H does sell it, but I had a discount code from Edelkrone, which saved me a couple of percentage. So message us down below if you're interested in buying it, and I'd be more than happy to share that discount code with you if it's still available. Ordered it online, paid via PayPal, got it in probably about 3 or 4 days. So shipping was great. It arrived undamaged, beautiful box. Let's see what it looks like. And we're out. All right, so first look. It's awesome. It is absolutely what we wanted. It's tiny. And that's the reason why we got this. I want to be able to throw this in a backpack, maybe an over-the-shoulder tripod bag with the tripod, and I want to be able to get beautiful motion shots that add so much to our shot in a small compact unit. And this will do exactly that. Packaging is beautiful custom-cut foam for this device. Off the bat, I did not see on the site like a packaging option or a carrying option, a carry bag. Some of our other sliders and gear come with their own little pouches. This does not, but this is pretty small. I would stick this in a backpack and see how it works out. Let's take it out of the foam here. It is, from what I can tell, all metal so far. It's really elegant, really beautiful, really good build quality. All right, I've got 2 little desiccants in here, 3 little desiccants that I will not eat. It's not a toy. And a nice thick piece of cardstock that says, before operating your product, please watch the user manual videos from the link below. Now, I am probably not going to do that because I'm impatient, but let's see, are there any more parts in here? Nope. Maybe we will end up watching this video. All right, so packaging, really nice. Tells me to go watch a video. Here are the parts that it comes with. It's a threaded screw, It's an Allen key and 2 threaded screws. One looks like from 3/8 to 1/4 inch, and the other one is a straight 1/4 inch. Had I watched the video, I probably would have seen that off the bat and not been discouraged when I didn't see it initially. I imagine one of these is for the bottom and one of these is for the top. So I can mount it to my tripod. Yep. And so I can mount my camera to it. Now this is the only button on the slider. It also feels like the only piece of the slider that is plastic. So when it's pushed in this position, it's locked. When I push it down, I get that slide. And I'm probably using the wrong term, but it seems to be kind of cantilevered. So the beauty of this slider is that when on a tripod, you get double the range because the slider moves off the base. But on a table, we get about 18 inches worth of motion. Really smooth, good resistance. We have motorized sliders. We have sliders that operate via crank, and we also have traditional sliders that we just move at our own energy. This is really smooth. The other sliders we have, it takes some getting used to, and it could be because we use sliders so often that I'm better at this than I was when I first reviewed one of our original sliders, but this is really smooth. There's just the right amount of resistance. I can't seem to change that, tighten it or loosen it, but without a camera on it, there's the perfect amount of resistance, and it feels really good in the hands. Again, all metal, really solid, yet very light. There are these rubber feet on the bottom if you were to use it on a table, but I got this to put it on a tripod and double the distance of a slider this size. So let's see how that works. I'm going to put the added maintenance kit back in here so I don't lose it, and we won't need it for our shot. This little lanyard that I thought was a lanyard is actually the drive belt. So it's nice, it's fabric, it's braided. This seems really well built so far. I'm very excited to test this out. And there you have it. Nice solid box, beautiful packaging, right on our Apple box. So going portable, we have tons of Manfrotto sticks. We've got some heavy duty ones that Nora is shooting on now, again for a P2 body. We've got some carbon fiber and some aluminum ones. In the attempt of going light and being very portable, we're really trying to adopt different kinds of In the attempt to go portable, we are doing the robot and trying to adopt carbon fiber and lighter materials wherever possible. One of the tripods that we just picked up is this guy right here. It is a set of Manfrotto carbon fiber sticks. It is the MTC94C3. So it's a 3-section Manfrotto carbon fiber tripod. Probably holds about, if I had to guess, 18 pounds. My favorite set of tripod legs right now are these guys. They're pretty light, but I can put a variety of Manfrotto heads on it. I can also mount at a wide stance with this tripod, a Manfrotto simpler rig that lets me outfit a Nikon D800 with a Blackmagic HyperDeck recorder, Tascam audio recorder, and a matte box. And these sticks will hold up to it. Granted, I would much prefer to use our heavier, more heavy-duty Manfrotto sticks, but this tripod really holds up to it pretty well. And it's got the center column that lets you extend a little bit higher, so I can keep that wide, low stance, and at the same time get some more height. This is my favorite head for the slider. We've got these guys everywhere. This is the Manfrotto 804 RC2. Now this is not a traditional video head because with these short little arms you cannot pan and tilt. But when it comes to using a slider, this is the head of choice because you can pan, you can tilt, and you can adjust pitch. This little tripod with these 3 adjustments lets you do anything with a slider. A lot of times when we do slider shots, we do them on interesting angles, and this tripod lets you mount to that and level off the head and get absolutely beautiful shots without impacting the integrity of the shot. They're pretty reasonable. We get most of these guys at B&H. You can get them anywhere, Amazon, Adorama, anywhere. The internet's, anywhere on the internet's. Great, solid, durable. As you can see, we have several of these. They're great for still photography and anytime we use a slider. They are compact, and I really dig these little guys. This is the tripod head that we're going to be mounting to the slider here. So let's see. Did not watch the video. I'm going to be stubborn, big surprise, and try to mount these little threaded screws. So this is the 1/4 inch piece that I imagine goes. This is the 1/4 inch piece to 3/8 that I'm going to put in the top of the slider. Use my little multi-tool, and we're going to tighten that down so the tripod head can go right into this. Now, some issues we've had with other sliders are the locking mechanism. So I really like that there's a button here. We have another slider from another brand. I'm not going to name it, but you can look through our YouTube reviews. And it had a thumb screw. And the problem with that thumb screw was it was a single direction threaded thumb screw. So as you tightened the thumb screw part, it was tightening the screw, which tightened a little washer against the leg, and I tend to over tighten things when we have heavy camera bodies sitting on them on an angle. Ultimately, I ended up stripping the thumb screw, and I was not able to loosen it, so I was stuck in the field with a slider in a locked position. This is a button. There's nothing for me to do but hit it or push it. There's no more issue for me about over tightening it. There's no real moving parts other than just that button. So this is a fantastic solution. Companies that make sliders with thumb screws to tighten them and no way to tighten that thumb screw, it's a major flaw. And the fact that it happened to us in the field was unfortunate, but hopefully somebody can learn that from that. We managed to work around it, no surprise. But, so I've put this little screw in. I am now going to mount our tripod head on here. Perfect, so now we have our tripod head on here. We can pan and tilt, as I said. And now we're going to put this on a tripod plate and put it on a tripod. So I love these tripod heads for the top of the slider for the camera, but they're not super stable if you were to put, say, this on them. So we go back to our more traditional style Manfrotto sliding plates. This is the head that I'm going to be using. I can't see the model number on it. We'll write down here on the screen what model this is. We have a lot of Manfrotto gear. It works really well. It's pretty reasonably priced. They stand by their stuff. From the simpler rigs to the heavy duty sticks to the carbon fiber legs to the tripod heads, we have a ton of Manfrotto stuff. So this is what we're going to be using. We've got plenty of these tripod heads that accept plenty of these tripod plates. So I'm going to put this on our slider and see what we got. All right, so here it is, slider with a plate on it and a tripod head. My only concern is I will always travel with a slider with a plate on the bottom because this is not something I want to do in the field. If something's happening and I want to capture it really quickly with a beautiful motion shot, the reality is in this business, you can't always stage every shot. You sometimes need to capture the action as it happens. As it stands without any adjustments to the feet, by putting a plate on the bottom, I can now not use this tabletop. I don't know if these feet can be adjusted enough. Okay, so I can adjust the feet enough to give me a level surface with the plate on there. Okay, so we have our beautiful slider. It's tiny. It really is tiny. I'm going to slide it in. We are locked in now. And there it is. So you saw it when it was on the table, and this was the whole distance that it could slide. The magic of this slider, and the reason why we bought it, is because not only do I get this much distance, let me turn this so I have a handle, but the slider, for lack of a better term, slides past itself. So I reach here and the whole slider moves. And it's pretty stable. It is super smooth, ridiculously smooth, and really very, very stable. So by mounting the slider to the plate the way I did, I can really only do pan and tilt. With this, I can't do raked angles. I would have to mount it sideways, which I normally do, but I really wanted to see the functionality and stability of this because it is going so far off its center point of gravity. What I don't like actually is that the button can be pushed in, the lock button can be pushed in at any time, and really all it does is lock the slider in this little notch here. So if I hit the lock button here, I can move there, but it hits there. And the same thing if I hit the lock button when I'm past it on this side, I can go all the way over there. So the lock button really just, I guess, drops a lever down that sits right in there. But it's much better than thumb screw. So I am going to grab a camera body. I think I have a Nikon D800 set up. I may need to change the plate, but let's see how the shots look with this. All right, so we have our slider, which is really stable, really nice so far. I have our D800 with a Nikon 2470 2.8. And when we do use the slider, I tend to record to the onboard memory. With this guy, it's SD or compact flash. I would not necessarily use an external recorder. It's super quiet, so I could put the shotgun mic on this camera and record audio. I mean, as I get closer, you can kind of hear a little swooshing. But all things considered, that's not so bad. Generally, you know, if we're using these guys for an interview, our interview subject is at great distance, they have a lav on, they're boomed, so sound is easily isolated and this wouldn't be a concern. So it is by no means loud. They do sell a motor kit and a tracking device, which I think we're going to pick up next. The tracking device lets you set the shot on a target and it will pan around the subject as it moves. So you get this beautiful sloping, looks like you set up a 360 dolly track around your subject. I'm anxious to see how that works, as well as their motor kit. So dropping our D800 and 2470 in the tripod, I can turn it. I can very easily level it. My sticks are level. At this point, my sticks are level. There is no level on the slider, but that's okay. This head enables me to level things independently. And bam, we are leveled. So usually on my camera at this point, I would probably have an external monitor. It does not add all that much weight. That is it. I'm going to wrap the strap around here, and we are going to see what this looks like. The movement is really smooth. I mean, this feels really good. Even with the camera all the way here, I guess at the furthest point, if this was the fulcrum, it's pretty stable. There's a little bit of shake, but I wouldn't be using downward pressure. I mean, it's light enough that I would kind of be in my position and extend through where I want to go. The build is amazing. It's all machined aluminum. This is amazing. For the price, I want to say this thing was, I can tell you exactly, it was $5.99 for the slider and then $39 for the additional maintenance kit. And to get this kind of motion for this price in a package this small, this is fantastic. It's really smooth. You know, you can get real fancy with this and kind of track your shots. You know, you have to ramp up at different speed, but I mean, there's just enough distance on this guy. I'm glad that we went with the medium-sized one because it's still portable, and at the same time, it can fit compactly in a backpack. This is pretty fantastic. First impression, this is awesome. I look forward to getting the motor and the tracking device they sell for it, and yeah, I'm just really impressed. Really, really solid build quality, and it works really well. We'll update you guys in a few months once we put it through its paces in the field. That's a wrap. Check out our other videos here. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out on Vimeo. We have plenty of product reviews. Check us out on Facebook. Check out our website. That one's istrico.com. I know that one. Follow us on Instagram. Nora likes to catalog our awkward GoPro moments. Yeah, and check us back soon. We will have an updated review of this and probably review some more of our camera bodies as well. Thanks a lot. Do this all day.